You're tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Never let you know on the TV and the radio. She was young, her heart was pure. Every night is bright.
Best part about the whole episode, guys.
Here comes. Then I knew that she was hot. She was singing, don't
Turn around. Sorry, we're just gonna do this the whole time, you guys. We're in party mode right now. It's the finale. We got our Bloody Mary. You know it, baby. And I'll tell you what, Blake makes a good Bloody Mary. I don't even usually like them.
Right here. Right here.
But we're, living it up tonight. But you guys, this is the season finale.
It's too much. It's just too much to take.
It's way too much for me to handle, and it was so much happened. But, I mean, this is a finale that we actually got all of the answers, I feel like, for the most part. But obviously it's called Blaine's World, you guys, season finale. If you guys haven't already, you guys can download us on YouTube, or subscribe to us on YouTube. Download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, check us out on AfterBuzzTV.com, leave comments, rate us, let us know how we're doing. And speaking of which, you guys, we do read everything that you guys do, which we'll do shout outs here in a second. But also, you guys have an opportunity to take like a 3-minute survey and let us know what you really think about us, all the bad thoughts and good thoughts.
Hopefully more good.
Hopefully more good. But we do read them all. We check them all. We want to know what you guys are thinking so we can actually make the show better. You can go to podcast1.com. It seriously takes like 3 minutes. Let us know how we're doing. Yeah, you should absolutely do that. Go do it now. Let us know. We want to know what you really, really think. It's your chance. Real quick, though, let's go ahead and get some shout-outs.
Yeah.
Do you have shout-outs?
I'll do it, yeah. I'm Jared Gilkerson, at Gilkerson Radio on Twitter. This is exciting. So I just got way too excited.
I know,
He did.
just a little
Everybody's
distracted.
Like crazy. Do you have shout-outs?
Everyone's gonna think how many I've had so far.
Right. Listen, it's the first one.
He's
you
been
guys.
tossing them back.
We
Over
completely
under
lost
5.
it.
Honestly, this episode was very
Lies.
difficult for all of us, and you'll have to bear with us all.
Yeah.
We can't. Our thoughts are not even with us.
Okay. Well, do you not have the shout-outs?
Kick us off with some shout-outs
Sorry
if
about
you
that.
have some.
Yes, we have it's kind of like the whole season shout-outs.
Great,
I mean,
good.
we
Yeah.
love all.
Do it.
There's so many YouTube comments, so many YouTube is like a place where everyone just. There's one story and it stems to something else, and everyone else. There's a lot of good ideas on YouTube, tons, and we love your comments. But Twitter was kind of the baby of our fans this year.
Yeah.
And a quick shout out, we'll just rapid fire: Audrey, Dustin Bradley, Erica, Florina Radu, Allie, Alex Cole. Those are like the all stars. If I forgot you, if you did tweet us this year, just let me know.
Yell at him.
We'll shout
Just
out.
yell at him.
I'll Periscope you after the show. We'll have a private Periscope sesh.
Yes, but everybody who did interact with us was so fabulous all season. We loved it. We loved every episode and all of your thoughts and comments. We just couldn't appreciate it more. And we hope to be back for season 2. And we hope to hear more of your thoughts and interactions because it just makes us so
Stoked.
happy.
Even
so
in the off
stoked.
season.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you guys keep tweeting at us. Keep using the hashtag ABTV iZombie. And I have another hashtag for you guys. Hashtag Dance Battle ABC, you guys. It's a thing right now, thanks to Maria Menounos.
I will be making a cameo.
Yes.
Ooh,
Are
watch
you?
out for our girl Aja.
You sending in a video? Sending in a video?
Top secret.
But you guys, our very own AfterBuzz TV founder, Maria Menounos, and Julian Huff from Dancing with the Stars, have been doing this special for the past 2 years over the holidays where they basically do this dance battle and they kind of take over social media with it. But ABC is actually going to be doing a special of it this year on network television, and it's your guys' opportunity to send in videos and maybe get on the show.
So exciting.
Huge. You guys, that's huge.
Way
so you guys can
huge.
make your own dance videos. Send it into www.dancebattleamericacasting.com, and maybe you will get on TV. Pretty cool, right, you guys? And,
Super
Once you
exciting.
guys do it, post about it. Tag it on social media using the hashtag DanceBattleABC.
You got some
We
tough
love it.
competition.
Do
let
it.
me tell ya.
Speaking of social media, where can everyone find you, Hannah?
Oh, everybody can find me at the Hotshot Dude.
Excellent. And I'm Blake V. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Blake V Media.
I don't need to do this again, but
I know you jumped the gun.
I know. I was completely zoned out
It's okay.
after the end of that episode. and
Okay,
I-
well, go.
go ahead. No,
Let me pick up
go
for
ahead.
you. I'm Aja Seldon. You can find me at Aja Seldon. That's spelled AJA. I think you're rubbing off on me.
Yeah, this is a bad
All
side
right.
of the table.
Anyways, now that we've done all the
bad
work,
side.
We'll pick it up on the end.
Bloody Mary
Everyone can
side.
find us where we are
now
at the
that we've
end.
done all the work, we are going to talk about the show.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I should be clapping.
Oh, you should be, girl, because it's really, really freaking exciting. So, you guys, I want to start off by talking about The Cure, because it kind of runs throughout the entire episode, so I think it's good for us to go ahead and talk about that real quick.
Yes.
Because Ravi had given this, or what he had hoped to be the cure originally, to the zombie rat, and then they found out it actually cured him. It took 48 hours, as we've been told thus far, for this rat to be cured, but the rat is like a little rat. These are like full-bodied people, so who knows if it would take 48 hours, which it may, because we find out things at the end with some of the characters, but, we'll get to that. But anyways, so they're kind of waiting and watching this rat to see if it relapses.
Yes,
Would that be the word?
like the
That-
last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be the word.
Basically. And Liv already wants to take this cure, but they only have a bottle about that big, which is like 2 doses.
Maybe.
Maybe.
If they stretch it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I would imagine that they need a bigger dose for a human.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
right?
what I would assume.
Right. So I'm like, okay, well then the people that they give the cure to at the end, I'm like, are they going to be cured for more than like an hour? Which we'll find
Right.
out.
A week.
Anyways.
Right. How long lasting will
Anyways.
these effects be?
Yeah, absolutely. So I just wanted to throw that out there before we get going so we can all remember the cure as we talk about this whole episode.
I like it. Well done, Hannah.
Thanks, guys.
There's no name for it either, and I like to hear what the fans would like. What they would name the cure.
Ooh, yeah.
Kind of cool.
Good
So,
one.
I don't have
Yeah,
any
that's
ideas
excellent.
yet. I have 0 ideas.
Okay, well, you better come up with an idea by the end of the
5
episode.
by the end of the show. 5.
All right.
Yeah.
We're holding you to
Okay.
it.
Okay. I'll think of one right now.
Yeah, please do.
The Cure. That's one number 1.
Okay, so I have a really great name for this case. Or I think it is. Nice ball sack.
It's a great name.
Right, Hannah.
Sums it up. It really does.
Really pretty stoked
Yep.
when they said nice ball sack when Liv like ball stack. Listen, you guys, whatever.
That's something else.
We don't know what's going on. We've had a lot
Many
of coffee.
people.
It was like information overload, and now we got a Bloody Mary, so everybody's confused. But yeah, nice ball sack. Let's get into
Thank
it.
you.
I like it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Jesus.
Killing us.
Zoned out.
Killing us.
So last week we kind of had the whole I know what you did last summer kind of case, whatever, and that's carried on into this episode. And so it ended with Teresa getting killed as she like clutched onto the phone or whatever, and nobody
Yes.
knew who she got killed by because everybody thought it was Sebastian killing these kids, and Sebastian's already dead at the end of last week's episode before she gets killed. So, and I don't know about you guys, but when this episode kicked off that way, I kept thinking the entire episode was going to be about Blaine. And then when they started in with Teresa, I was like, oh, wait, who's this chick?
Right.
What is
What's,
that?
yeah.
She was
Bringing
missing.
it back. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else feel that way? I totally forgot about it, but I guess
You were just excited to see Blaine.
I was because
just wanted a whole episode
From
of
the
him.
very beginning, of this entire season, they had that last episode named.
Right.
And like filmed, like it was one of the only ones that had like an air date and a name. So I was stoked that I was gonna have like a whole. I was gonna have like a whole Blaine
yeah,
episode.
but you got to think like some of the main scenes took place in Blaine's world. You know, like
Very
that's,
true.
I mean, some of the
That's
coolest
true.
scenes. That was his world. You know, it was his fight. You know, people were. You know, that's what it was. Like,
Yeah.
it was his world.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely true. Was.
Yeah. And Blaine's world's a great. Come on, that's a great throwback there.
Blaine's
Yeah, it
World.
was.
Yeah, come
Party
on.
time.
Perfect. Yeah.
I had to go there.
Absolutely was.
Yeah, that's fine.
But, so anyways, getting back to the case, Liv obviously eats Teresa's brains and has that vision, which who really knows what that vision was? It was like weird and dark and I couldn't even tell what it was. But we see a Max Rager sticker. Yay. So
Is that the only vision?
Yeah, that was the only one, right?
That's what I remember. That kind of is
Yeah.
what drew them or led them.
Right. So it takes them back to Max Rager, which we all love because we love what's his butt.
Steven Weber.
Steven Weber.
I don't even call him by his character's name.
What's
the hell
his
with it.
butt?
Dude,
Vaughn.
he's so good.
Yeah.
He's excellent.
It's ridiculous.
And now we know he's going to be like a huge character in the next season,
Yeah.
which is
Even better.
More Wings
so
references.
awesome.
Love
I'm
it.
so stoked about it. But it leads us back to him. And did anybody catch the name of the doctor dude that he's with? Anybody
Yes.
out there? Tweet at us. Let us know. But
He replaced
He was being
Yeltsin.
schooled by Dr.
Oh,
Yeltsin,
yes,
right?
you're right.
But that guy's name wasn't actually Dr.
Doc.
So many like
Call him
80s
Doc.
and 90s references in this entire episode.
I know it.
Yeltsin,
I
Wayne's
loved
World,
it.
Yeah.
all the
Blue
music
Velvet.
references.
Yeah, the music.
Oh, which that was even probably even older than that.
And then
so
there was a
never
Who
mind.
reference.
They covered
many-
all the bases in this one.
Yeah.
They
They
just
really did.
brought
They
it
did a great
home.
job.
Yeah.
Brought it home.
Oh, by the I didn't mean to throw you off. But
no,
was
yeah.
it? Did anyone like that she ate the brains of who was the girl that died?
Teresa.
Teresa. Because so many episodes was kind of to see her what the side effects would be, but this was just she had a kind of an attitude.
Yeah, like
and kind of short, but it wasn't and I think it was good because it didn't take away from what the real point of the episode was. So it
Agreed.
was just a little sidebar.
I thought the same.
But I kind of saw Clive kind of stepping up more as far as in their duo.
Yep.
You usually see more of her in the front line, but I kind of saw Clive taking that "I'm here" type thing. So
He's
she
gonna
kind of
start-
played the.
He's going to start
She's
to make
kinda
me.
on
Yeah, she played more of the sidekick.
Yeah,
to
she's
me.
kind of on the back burner a little bit. So it was good to see him in that position.
Yeah, I
Finally
think I
grow
agree.
some balls.
I agree, but
Sack.
you know what? Yeah, right.
Sorry, I'm just
Nice
finishing.
ball sack. No, I think
ball sack.
honestly, Babs is probably going to start to get on my nerves. I sense that he's like interfering a little bit too much in the wrong way. They
like an
either
enemy.
need to let him know,
It's
or
perfect though. He was such a pawn, hey, tell me your visions, and now he's really starting to read into these cases. So he's got his own attitude, kind of what you saw happen to Major. Now he's gonna have his own
Right.
personality. It's gonna be cool.
I don't dig it.
You just don't see
There
any
you have
love
it.
interest for him, so it's like I don't know where this could go.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Shoot, that's
I don't.
awful.
I don't mind it. I kind of like him being nosier because I feel like that was kind of lacking this season for me. I wanted him to delve in more. I wanted him to get in there more than he was, and I liked it this episode. So
Right.
I'm on
I
board.
guess, sure, okay, fine. Agree to disagree.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
They don't catch her eyes. She doesn't like them.
I mean, okay, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Okay, so we go to Max Rager, and we learn about this whole, like, Super Max or Max, what is it?
Yeah, Super Max.
Yeah.
It's like Max Rager 2.0.
Right. And we're going to talk about that kind of, like, separate a little bit, but that is when we learn about that. And then we also see the whole zombie thing and then watching the videos, and then Liv shows up. Whatever. Anyways, getting to the point. I'm losing my mind, talking in circles.
Take a drink.
Yeah, right. Seriously.
You need it.
But we learn more so that this entire case has become about this drive, which is the Super Max drive. And these kids when they killed Sebastian, or thought they killed Sebastian, they took the drive off of Sebastian. So now Max Rager is tracking down these kids and trying to pay them money to get this drive. So Cameron, it leads us to Cameron by, what was it, the 911 call or at this one, someone paid for Cameron's tank of gas.
That.
Yes.
So that leads them to the gas station.
The video at the gas station.
Yeah, where Cameron is like mouthing "help me" into this camera, which like to me that was like an immediate red flag because like what makes this? I don't know. I just didn't buy what Cameron was selling the entire time.
I thought that he really needed help, but then it was just like, to me, why would they have him using his credit card? Like, of course, they're going to track the credit card down to kind of see where he was at. But when I saw him, it seemed believable in the camera, but then it's kind of like, they're not that dumb to kidnap somebody and then use your credit card.
Yeah.
While you're on the way, en route to wherever you're going. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, and plus, help me. Like, why only to the horrible security camera? You know what I mean? Like, you're loose in public, like no one's got
Exactly.
you. Just
And you're
This
speaking
asshat.
to the gas
Such an
station
asshat.
attendant.
Yeah.
And if you're able to mouth help me to the camera, but not to the gas station attendant, like something's fishy about that.
Yeah,
You know
and
what
why
I mean?
wouldn't
Like,
you just like stay in the gas station? If the people
Or
needed
that.
to get you, they could come in and get you, and then you'd have a witness, and then someone would call 911, and it'd be like a whole thing. I would just be in like the donut section
That's
for a
so
real long
true.
time.
Why
Exactly.
would they
You
let
know?
you go in by yourself anyway?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
kidnappers.
There's some
101.
holes in that
Right.
story.
It
Cameron,
was,
you stupid.
he was pretty
A
struggle
gullible
bus.
fellow.
He was pretty struggle bus. And I think then from that is when we got, then we get the pool balls, which,
Back to the balls. So.
yeah, which
Back
brings us
to
back
it.
because they go back because of the 911 call to the station to hear, was it Cameron's 911 call?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, another stupid ploy to make him look like he's in trouble.
Helpless.
Yeah, whatever. And that's when Robbie brings in the pool balls, which must have been the weapon to kill Teresa. Bludgeoned to the head with pool balls in the pillow sack.
No one
I was gonna hopefully
really wants to go out that way.
gonna let that one breathe and
Yeah.
just see how long we could be quiet for.
I couldn't. I'm sorry.
She's blushing.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's all she talks about these days.
It's okay.
Okay. Wait, what did you just say?
I'm sorry.
Okay, you guys, I'm sorry.
It really is
getting
us
crazy.
versus them.
Getting
Hannah,
crazy.
you're rubbing off on me. I don't know what it is. You're rubbing
So
off on
many
me.
references.
I'm sorry, you guys.
Because we can't take it. This finale was so exciting.
Exactly, and we're like so stoked to like be together. It's our last night together, you guys.
And this was an edgier episode, so we're
It
gonna be a little
was.
edgy tonight.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
But, anyways.
Okay.
So this 911 call calls their attention to the phone, and they're able to still track the phone, which is in the car in which they ran over Sebastian with, correct? Is it that
Sounds-
car? Because
No.
Cameron still has a car. So it's not Cameron's car.
I
because
don't-
Cameron's car still hasn't blown up at this point.
Oh, the Impala.
Yeah.
They didn't specify what car.
You're right.
Y'all-
They didn't at
They didn't
all.
specify
We need
that.
help on that as well.
Yeah,
It was in the
we're a
tire
little
of the
confused
car.
on that one.
They just tracked the phone, so why we'll need to be concerned about what the car was.
Yeah, but still, I want to know what the car.
Because he was in the trunk of it anyways, whatever car it was, right? So
Well, he said he was in
it's
the. He,
presumed it wasn't his own.
He was just driving it.
Okay.
We're not sure.
Whatever.
Help us
They
out.
go and get Cameron's
Hold on.
phone.
Sorry. One other thing. He could have just driven to the impound, right, and threw his phone into like
That part.
another car, and then it got crushed, but it didn't. Like after they crushed, so he was just
Yeah, and
drove
he's the one who
into
placed
with
it
his
into the
white
tire.
Impala, put it in there, and left.
Yeah.
Could be.
Sure. So much was happening. My
Yes.
mind is blown. But anyways, in this time that they're over in the junkyard or whatnot, then we go to what I thought was a really cool scene of Cameron going into this diner to meet the girl in the green dress and playing that song Blue Velvet, which you guys, if you haven't seen the movie Blue Velvet, do it. I just watched it recently and it's such a good
For the first time.
movie.
For the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah.
What year was that?
It had to be late 70s.
Side note.
Right? It had to be like late 70s,
Yeah.
right? Or mid 70s?
Sounds about right.
I don't really know.
I think maybe 80s.
Early 80s?
Yeah.
Well, we've covered a couple decades, so
81,
it's gotta be one of
82.
those.
But it was
lost.
awesome. That was like such a cool scene to me, and I just the girl did a great job. The girl in the green dress, she like
cute,
really
too.
set the tone
Super
and mood
cute.
for that scene.
She was like the perfect character for that
yeah.
whole diner scene.
She was.
Well, she's the replacement.
86, guys. 86 Blue Velvet.
86. Oh dang! I didn't even realize it was
86.
that late.
She's the
Okay.
replacement secretary, so like the first one was just a little bumbling fool. So
Yeah.
she's like
She means business.
Steven Weber's now stepping up the secretary game.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
She was real discreet about everything
Gotta
she
be more
said.
than just cute.
true.
But that whole diner scene was, about him passing over the flash drive and getting a whole buttload of money. Jumping on a bus. Nice try, Cameron, you idiot.
I know. And then he's all like, I'm someone you shouldn't mess with either, trying to make it seem like he's cool.
And this-
and she's just like, yeah, whatever, drink the milkshake. But I thought it was funny because his code name was Dillinger. And
Oh, yeah.
did they?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't mention that in anything previously, right? Like this
No.
was just his like code name for the
Yeah.
money exchange. And I thought that was funny because are they playing off of like John Dillinger, like bank robber
I think
thing?
so.
He's taking the money.
Everything's a
Dillinger.
play on words.
Could've
I
been.
liked it. I liked that.
But he was.
Sorry, guys, taking this.
I mean, he was going up
You go
against
right ahead, girl.
Max Ranger. Did he really think they were going to just give him $300,000? And it's like, go on about your little merry way. No, we want our money back.
he's a young, dumb kid.
He's
Clearly.
an asshat.
He didn't
an
take that
asset.
out.
The actor did a great job. right?
He did.
He was
He
really,
totally
really
did.
great. That whole episode, I was like,
Yeah.
doing great, guy. Like, he was really doing a great job.
Gorgeous man.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, well, Jared, if you're going to bring it up, well then.
I mean, he was attractive. So, I mean, I didn't say it. Jared did. So.
Not my type, but
Hannah's
I
like,
was just
side
saying,
note.
I was just
Yeah,
just
he was.
voicing what Hannah's inner monologue was.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad you all know me so
Yeah.
well. It's wonderful. It's really,
We got
really
you,
wonderful.
girl.
We're gonna do a whole episode where I just speak as her brain.
Yes, I
on
like
the,
it.
On the,
Oh, I
off
love
to the
that.
side. Yes.
I love that.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah. So he's on the bus, looks at his cash, realizes there's like a tracker. Yeah, tries to get off that bus. Nice try, bro. Because your car's already blown up.
It was actually
They're looking
funny
for
that
you.
he even found the tracker, because if it were me, I would not be opening that
Yeah.
backpack or
No.
taking any bit of evidence out in public. I'd be like so secretive about it. The
Right.
fact that he unzipped it right open and just was checking out his cash.
Yeah.
It's a little crazy to me.
I probably would have opened the bag before I left, though, just because you never know what's in it. You don't know this girl like that, and it's kind of like I'm about to walk out. I could have had the bomb on me, so it's kind of like I would have probably opened the bag beforehand. That's why you're stupid.
That's a pretty
Let me
sloppy.
say, I think that was a running theme through this whole entire episode, was that everyone was extremely trusting of the things they were given, like the packages, the backpack, the foods, the
ball
liquids,
sacks.
the ball sacks.
Yeah.
It's all in the
major.
same, right?
Like, whoa, what is that? We're going to get to that. But that was stupid. That made me mad. Okay, so, I mean, is it safe to kind of say that, like, this is kind of the end of this case? Like, they catch him, he's on the bus, they bring him in, they question him, they find out all the information about this drive. And, I mean, that leads us into Max Rager and what this drive is actually about and what this Supermax is about.
Yeah.
Which
Supermax.
this whole thing kind of like blew my mind. I don't know about you guys when we're at Max Rager and what's his butt? I keep forgetting his name. The actor
Steven Weber.
Steven Weber.
Steven Weber. Why do I keep
Vaughn.
forgetting his name?
Just go with Vaughn.
Why I keep
Wings.
forgetting
It's
that?
called Wings.
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 Okay. So Wings is talking to the one dude because I guess they're trying to sell Supermax to this guy or whatnot. And he pretty much answers the question for us that Max Rager absolutely is what is turning people zombie.
Right.
So it's not this whole like utopia thing, right? That pretty much cancels out this idea of utopia, or unless utopia is also supposed to be considered the Max Rager.
Well, the guy that he's talking to is actually a doctor who he's trying to get to discover whatever that is that's making people turn into the zombie. He's trying to eliminate that drug factor. So that's why the doctor is there
Right.
to try to figure out what that is and take it out.
So it's
of the Max
possible
Rager.
then that element in Max Rager could be utopia, could be that same drug.
Right.
Yes.
So I guess that is still
Is
okay.
it Utopia or Utopium?
I think it's Utopium.
Whatever.
I just
Which
wanna
is
make sure-
close.
because you know we'll hear it. We'll hear it.
Right.
You know, I'm just
I
trying
believe
to
it's
get ahead. I'm just
Utopia.
trying to head
you
it off
guys,
at the pass.
I make up all my own words anyways.
Are
So
those notes?
We know what she's talking about.
this is my to-do list. Okay.
Is it Utopium on there? He's already checked off the list, everyone.
There
You guys,
go.
I'm literally here just for them to like, poke at. No, I'm just kidding.
It's too much fun though. We missed it.
Yes, so trying to sell this, whatever. We watched that video of it. It was Sebastian, right? That they have in
Yeah. Yeah,
that was
questioning with all the
Sebastian.
scars on the
Yes.
face. And like is showing this dude this whole like zombie world.
And just straight up tells him.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, he's a zombie. That's who you're going to be replacing and figuring out how to, get rid of this whole situation in the future.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Wings is hiding nothing.
No.
Full disclosure. Okay, my favorite was when Liv and Babs showed up to actually question
Right.
Wings. And...
That's what he's doing.
I know.
Well,
And I just thought it was hilarious how they're like wearing him down, questioning him. He's got the tough front up, and he's like, no, Sebastian, whatever, He's like playing like he knows all along that he's the zombie, and then they counteract, and they're like, no, he's actually dead, and he's all caught off guard. And
know, I
then
love that.
Liv just straight up jumps on in and is like, yeah, and I killed him. And I
Yeah.
was like, whoa, is that really something you're gonna just be like spreading out
Right.
willy-nilly, like no problems?
Well, to Wings,
I
yeah.
killed him.
Wings is not a
Even
good
Wings,
guy.
though?
He's not threatened either because he
Exactly.
knows her whole thing. He knows that she's a
Stilo,
zombie. He's ahead of her by one step.
Exactly.
So, and I think he's ahead of a lot of people by one step. For
Right.
Sure. So.
And him asking her that question is like him trying to like probe her a little bit. You know what I
Sure.
mean? To show her that he has the one up. So by her being like, no, I killed him, it's her reinstating that no, she has the one up.
Okay, what's funny though too is that Babs still doesn't know.
No.
No.
But
No.
Liv and Wings are having this conversation that they know among each other.
Yeah.
Insider.
Insider information. And,
Like-
and there's no concern that it's just going to be out with it in front of Babs?
Right, like Babs, this is
get
what I'm
everything.
saying.
He'll get everything.
He's starting to be irritating and kind of idiotic. Like, seriously, so many things are with like so much subtext are happening right in front of him that would not be okay to any other detective, apparently aside from Babs.
Well,
He can't get everything.
it's kind of
Yeah.
funny because
Stop it.
so many people have been exposed by this episode to what the truth is, or
Right.
now
Right.
someone else is a zombie, or we'll get to that later. But it's someone has to be on that other side, but still a friend of the zombie.
Well, apparently, but because like I don't even
We
feel like he
shouldn't-
is a friend of the zombies. He's just so the only thing that Babs cares about or is actually I feel like most concerned about and over analyzing is Major. And there's so many things happening right in front
but
of him that he
you would
is
analyze.
not.
Well, you would overanalyze Major as
overanalyzing
well.
Major, too.
Like the guy who's like, I shot somebody, and it's like, and he's just
Right?
been off the rails. So he's a little distracted by this guy who has been hunting people, and has a connection to a coworker of his. That he's maybe not keeping an eye on the coworker specifically, because she's doing her job well, and he needs her. So he doesn't want to think anything bad of Liv at this moment.
Whatever.
He's gonna get a raise because of
Fair.
her.
That's a possible,
be a
that
possible
makes sense.
Does he
Sure.
replace? Does he replace Suzuki?
That's a great question. Is that a prediction? I think it is.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Jumping the gun.
Yeah, jumping the gun. Totes. Totally. But after Liv leaves and finds out about this whole like Supermax, I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Supermax. Once
Yeah.
they retrieve the drive from this kid Cameron, and they watch it, and Babs really has no idea what this is, and he's like, meh. This doesn't seem like a big deal. Why is this so important? Like, worth all this money? And Liv obviously knows why and starts to connect the dots about it changing everybody into zombies and contacts the Tribune, right? It's the Tribune that she contacts?
Yep.
Observer.
Observer?
Oh, the Observer.
Yeah.
And throws him under the bus, which I completely forgot about, you guys, until the very end of the episode. And that newspaper comes out and
Yep.
just thrown at him while he's getting
I totally did too.
Right?
Completely screwing up the Zen zone.
And that's what the reporter had worked for, right? Rebecca Hinton? Isn't that who? Because she had
Yes.
all the clues. So basically, she had all that information, which is why Max Ranger
She was the one
kinda
working with Major.
Exactly. And
Right?
which is why they wanted to kill her, or why they killed her.
Right.
And then when they found that out or discovered the actual chip or the disc, whatever it's called, the USB, that's when they connected all the dots together, and that's when Liv gave the new Observer the story, because it basically validated everything that Rebecca was saying.
I'm hoping they move ahead and maybe start using some social media next year. I'm not saying newspapers are out, but I'm just saying maybe Steven Weber should have heard of the news. I know
Via
that they
tweet.
needed her. They needed the Rebecca because she worked for the Observer,
Right.
whichever one it was, and so that was big. But I kind of wouldn't mind them getting kind of like Twitter updates, or they can make their own social media if they have to. They can't use it. That would be kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
It would maybe help move stories along a little quicker.
Well, I wouldn't. Agreed.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, well, first, let me ask you this before I get to that. Do you guys think Wings is a zombie?
Interesting.
That's a very good.
No.
I kind of don't think so either.
Okay, but has anybody noticed that,
That is very interesting,
beautifully
though.
placed gray stripe in the front of his hair?
No.
Oh, no.
No, I haven't.
It's there.
And then did you peep out? He said he'll handle them, the
Yep.
other zombies. How will you handle a zombie?
Exactly. And when he was like walking out at the end and is being like talked to by all the reporters, that's when I really noticed the I couldn't believe that I didn't really pay attention to it, but it looked like it was like glowing when he walked out of Max
Go
Ranger at the
Hannah.
end.
Go Hannah. Go
Wow.
I like it.
And he was
Another
like,
jump the gun prediction,
you
girl.
know about- whatever, I don't care. And he was like, said that it's not over. And I
Believe him.
sensed that like with also like going into the whole social media kind of thing. But I also think that that's something that Wings may infiltrate because he is like all about kind of crossing the boundaries. And if it's not over, think of the level he's already taken this whole zombie thing too with Max Rager and trying to do this Super Max. I think he's just gonna ball out and like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he
That
just
totally makes sense.
opens it up to the entire world.
I'm
Like,
kind of
you know
on
what I
board
mean?
with that. And he's
Yeah.
already got that whole nonchalant, zombie-ish swagger when he talks to
Yeah.
people. And like at the end when he was...
Zombie-ish swagger.
Yeah,
I
like
love
when
it.
he was kind of like thwarting the reporters. He didn't care.
this.
He knows. He knows
Yeah.
more than we know.
I think you
for
might
sure.
be right.
I think so too.
I'm on board.
I think so
I'm
too.
on
Jared
board.
agrees, you guys.
Yeah, and I mean,
Right?
especially
I
with
have
this
to.
whole, like, they keep talking about the zombie apocalypse in this episode. And, like, I think he's totally the person to infiltrate that. Like, I absolutely do. And speaking of that, that kind of brings us into the whole astronaut brains. And speaking of that, side note real quick, speaking of astronauts, you guys, there's a new show coming
my
on
goodness.
ABC.
Nice.
Premiering this summer, I believe it's June 16th. Is that correct?
My notes.
Let me check my notes. I believe it's June 16th. She stole them from me.
Bear with
Sorry
her.
about that.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
Astronaut Wives Club, you guys. June 16th June 18th on ABC, you guys. It's a new show actually based off the best-selling book, The Astronaut Wives Club. It throws it back to the 1960 when America is racing to send a man into space, and they choose 7 elite pilots. But in the process of doing this and their rise to fame, they actually end up turning it around on the astronauts' wives and creating a whole show, I believe. Yes, press turned the spotlight on their wives following their every move. American audiences could not get enough. As the husbands become heroes, the wives rocket to stardom. You guys, the show actually looks really, really
Doesn't it?
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen the promos. It looks excellent. And like really, you know, they're kind of the astronauts' representatives left on Earth, you know?
No, and
totally interesting.
Seriously, and it looks seriously witty. Like,
Yes.
the previews look so great. It looks so much fun, and the time period's awesome.
And the fashion.
Oh, yeah.
The
That
60s fashion.
Fashion.
Excellent.
And I love how they're giving a glimpse. Well, it's based on context around women
Yeah.
and the role that they played, and I'm all about that. Okay,
Oh, yes.
Right? On this world,
Us girl.
Air 5.
I'm a space geek too, so I like that kind of stuff.
No, it looks really good, you guys. So check
You
it
mean
out.
you like that it's about women too, right, Jared?
The hot women too.
Huh? Sorry, you were talking. I couldn't hear
But
it.
it is. It's beautiful. Okay.
Got him today.
But you guys, seriously, you should check it out. Airing June 18th, not 16th, on ABC. The
Check it out.
Astronaut Wives Club. It looks really, really super good. I'll definitely be watching it. But anyway, speaking of strong women, it brings us back to our iZombie show and astronaut brains. We've still been
Yes, it
tracking
does.
down.
Did anyone catch
Which-
the reference? The Right Stuff reference?
No.
Well,
A New Kids?
there was the Right Stuff, the movie in the 80s.
No.
About like the original astronauts. Well,
No.
Blaine referenced it as he gets the brains back at one point. I don't want to get too far ahead.
Yeah.
But he shut up,
yeah.
Jared. But no, he references another reference to
Nice.
another 80s. Like there were tons of 80s
Shut
references and 70s. Yes, crazy tonight. That's
It was
all.
hard to
So
keep
great.
track of them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's hard to keep track of
I'm a
anything
90s
and
baby.
everything.
The whole show.
Like, you guys should see my notes, and you should see my notes board. It's
You could show them right now.
Crazy.
look at it.
Look at this. It's
You
ridiculous.
can't see it,
Cray.
but it's like a novel on
Yeah.
this thing. It's a novel. You guys don't care. Anyway.
Mine just grow like towards the end.
It
The beginning's
becomes
kind of
great.
slow,
Arrows.
some key points, and the end is like, "Wah!"
Yeah, right? Whatever. You guys
catch
don't
all
care
the
about our notes. You
information.
guys care about the show. But Major, idiot, has stolen these brains, passed them on to Liv, gone to meet Cute, and is now obviously in a freezer because Major, you gotta stop, bro. Well, I guess now you gotta stop. But
Yep.
anyways.
None of that for him.
Yeah, but you guys, this entire plot line was the most amazing part of this episode. Oh my gosh, it was so awesome. Major being stuck in there like an idiot. Poor Tommy gets brought in, which, by the way, the makeup on that kid's back of his head was so sick.
Bomb.
So sick.
Yeah, it was.
It was really, really
Great,
cool.
so real.
Great Blaine verbiage, with Major. That was the great first half of this
Oh,
part
absolutely.
of the episode. Yeah.
Yeah. It was really, really cool. And
Yeah.
him giving Major the brains, everything, I almost felt like that was like a foreshadow to Major having to eat brains at the end.
I love the coat too. Like he comes in with like the nicest like I don't know what it is. It's Gore-Tex.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
Winter, like, you know, the ski jacket.
Right?
Like, hey, look how cozy I am.
And the first thing I thought was, do zombies even feel temperature and cold? Was that meant for anything, or was it just to rub it into his face?
Oh, it's to rub it in.
I wondered that too. I was like, wait, I thought you.
I'm like, is this for a
couldn't tell
purpose?
temperature.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to make him
I thought he
angry.
was like, let me thug it out with you. You know, let's be here. I'm your equal right now.
But then Liv, when Ravi raises the question about where is Major, I know she didn't know any better, but then she sends that text to him on his phone about the monkey brains, which Blaine obviously sees. I mean, she doesn't know that he's with Blaine, but come on, Liv.
Yeah.
Like, don't even text anybody. That's like written word about brains.
Yep.
But what's
You
the
pray.
whole...
Liv had some moments in this episode.
She
I'm sure
did.
we'll get to them.
Yeah.
That was one of them.
Yeah.
I was not pleased with that moment.
No.
Okay, so here's the answer. Okay, here's the question. Okay, so she analyzed the brains?
No, she didn't. She was saying that to him to find out where he was and to start
Why
a
did she
conversation
call them
with
monkey
him.
brains?
Because she didn't want to tell him that they were human brains because she doesn't want him to know that they're zombies.
You know what I thought
So
for a
she
minute? I'm an
lied.
idiot. I'm a real idiot. Well, hold on.
What did you
hold
think?
on.
Well,
Well,
see this
there was a lot of
first.
space references, but I know that the astronaut is missing. But you know how we sent a monkey into space years ago?
Oh my
so
God.
I thought maybe
I honestly thought
they,
that
like-
for a brief moment.
So I thought maybe like they found like
The monkey
the monkey's
astronaut's
gravesite, or
brains.
maybe they like at NASA or something was like, oh, we can't get this astronaut, but we'll charge people $200,000 for these, and he went into space, so it's like they'll
Well,
think they're getting
knew that
space
astronaut
things.
did.
Well,
pretty
I
funny.
mean, that's not why she did it, but that may be the reason why they chose to go with monkey brains.
You might be right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in some facet,
You're not an
I'm
idiot.
Well,
correct.
but think of all the references. We've got
We
all the
take that
80s
back.
references
Yes.
and the astronaut references.
Yes,
You
so much.
could totally be on the right
Okay.
path there.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Makes me feel better.
We validate it for you, Jay.
Thank
you.
We're good.
But
We're
then,
good.
as Liv is about to shoot herself up with this cure, which we all knew she wasn't going to do, because let's
Yeah.
be honest,
Wimp.
she gets the call from Blaine, calling her out, saying that he'll make the trade if she brings the astronaut brains.
Right.
And you guys, this made me so angry watching that scene, like with them giving her Major. Like, girl, you can't see his face.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
Moment number 2.
Smarter than
Exactly.
that.
So frustrated. Like, why would you chance it in that moment when it's so crucial and you're really trying to get Major back? It's like, you know, he's in Blaine's hands. You gotta see his face.
It made me so
But I
mad.
just thought
Yeah.
she was smarter than that to actually give them the brain. Well, I just assumed that she would put another type of brain in there. I didn't think she would really give them the astronaut brains. And when she did that, I was like, girl, you
Now
are
hold on a
not
second.
playing it.
She did eat Teresa's brains, and Teresa was a very gullible person. And I'm thinking
that's
maybe her
true.
gullibilness was there, you know, like, and I just want to see
Yeah.
my boyfriend, and just like her when she was the week before, like, oh, he's like, come to the hotel, okay, I just want to see him, you know, when you know it's just a dangerous road.
That has to be it. That is
Yeah.
the only way I would accept that scene.
Yeah,
Right?
me too.
Only reason I give
Yeah.
a slight pass.
Yeah.
But even still,
Okay, fine.
she's
I know. I know.
Yeah.
We're still not.
girl, that was
Still
stupid.
not happy with that.
Stupid. Reason
Fine.
Number 2.
But whatever, within the time of her idiocy, Major sets a fire by taking a lighter out of Tommy's pocket, which makes
What did he light on fire, by the way?
the board, it looked like there were...
Like the plank.
Yeah.
The,
what are those called? You're a dude, you gotta know what this is.
What, 2x4s?
For like shipping and receiving, like the
Yeah.
Crates?
Crates.
Crate.
A
Yeah,
crate.
I
sure.
should know what a crate is. I'm a boy.
I don't know. The one thing
that?
you
Wait,
should know.
Pallet. A skid.
A skid.
A pallet.
Called pallet.
Pallet.
A pallet.
That was him. He got
Pallet.
That was Jonathan.
Thank
That was-
you.
That was all him. That was not
pallet.
me.
I was going with
We're
crate.
like, the thing.
So why was he
the
relieving him?
thing.
So why was he relieving himself?
So that the guy would slip. Whoever came in the
Yeah.
door would slip on entry because it's icy in
Yeah,
there.
but wouldn't he slip once the fire started? Because I thought he slipped because of all of everything that was melting in the freezer. So he slipped just because it was wet.
I thought he
Why does it have to
and
be
the
urine?
pee adds extra wetness.
You know what I thought though?
I don't even know.
Before when I saw
Whatever.
him
And
have the
open,
lighter,
got the door to open.
I
And
thought
the
he was
pee.
trying to warm his you know what up. That's what I really thought. I'm like, oh, and he was like, oh. So I'm like, oh.
He's like, I'll
it's
start
not
with the
cold
ball
anymore.
Because
True.
he doesn't care about
Yeah.
escaping, he just cares about warming downstairs. cares?
That's what I really, really thought. But then,
Yeah.
sorry.
So
Rub it off of me, y'all.
as dumb as some moments that Major has been involved in have been, he's so creative with the ways to get out of them, though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he was very creative with finding the lighter, coming up with this whole plan of light this on fire, pee on this, wait till someone comes out and hit him with a ham leg or whatever that was.
And then take a little jog out to your
Yes.
car and get all your
Human leg.
weapons.
The human leg,
probably
excuse me. It
Tommy's
totally
leg.
was. Probably was.
Stop that. But this leads us
But it
into
worked.
the best part of this episode. I
Yes.
mean, this whole scene was nails. Like, oh my God, so good. It got me so amped watching Major, like, boom.
Well, speaking
boom.
of 80s, he turned into like an 80s action star.
did.
He went
right off the
straight
bat.
Rambo.
Like, he could have escaped. He was out of the building. But no, then the awesome soundtrack hits with Don't Turn Around.
Oh my God.
And it's not even the name of the song technically, it's Dare Commissar, but it's, I like
Whatever.
to say Don't Turn Around.
Yeah.
He just goes to his trunk and pulls out all of his weaponry with his grenade. Like,
Yep.
I'm going back.
Yep.
Yes.
Let's
That,
get it
I think the
on.
best scene
And,
might
like-
have been when he was like preemptively like, I'm just going to shoot this window out.
Yep.
That was the best.
Like, not hiding at all, no plan, no sneakiness,
Yeah.
just busting in.
It gets me so amped just talking about
So
it.
now you're Team Major?
Okay, listen, no.
He was off. That was awesome.
It was cool. It was very cool.
And he took them all out.
Took them all out. That was the part that got me.
The one
I was
moment was
like,
great.
At all.
yes, I was like, he's gonna try, but it's not gonna go right. Like we're all used to this.
Uh-uh.
He took them all out. It was great.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm
It's
not even like a
kinda
gun
where
person,
he-
but I'm like, boom, boom, Major, you're
He didn't
so
have
cool.
any fear in that moment, as you could see. It was kind of like, I'm going in for the kill. This is it.
Yeah.
He said he was going to kill him.
And like,
He did.
even though they couldn't show like the whole shooting, killing, whatever, the actual shot and them dying, like I thought it almost made it even more cool and kind of like a almost more like an 80s kind of thing, the way that it was filmed. And the fact that they couldn't show that and you just see the blood splatter right after
Sure.
he would shoot. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, it was all
it
you
all
needed.
worked for me.
Do you guys have a favorite death? Like, which person did you like to see? Did you like to see him get? I mean, was it our meathead at the end? Back in, with the grenade. Okay, I guess the
No.
grenade was cool because his badass level was so high. He knew.
Yeah.
He had a one-liner, which is completely 80s. Toss a grenade, and what's he say?
Yeah.
I didn't write it down. What
I
he said
didn't
to
either.
him.
You said that and I was like, shoot, I can't remember
But
what
then he
said.
just ducks. Not instead. If you're throwing a grenade, I'm running across the
running the
street.
hell out of there.
But his was just duck. This door will
Just
hold.
under the window.
This door will hold.
I'm going to do my
loved
thing
it.
and watch it just
I know.
all explode.
I loved that moment as well. But I have a problem with the grenade because I feel like, what is your confirmation that our meathead guy Julian is actually dead? Because when they wheeled out the body later, head was fully
Yeah, how was
intact.
the head intact?
That's what I'm saying. So even if he tossed it in, you still wouldn't quite know.
yeah, right.
That's just me.
Points.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I personally liked his moment with the first guy when he got creative and lit the thing on fire and peed on the thing. And the first guy, like that
Sure,
whole
yeah.
escape maneuver
You're
was
in,
my
yeah.
favorite one. He didn't even kill him. He didn't kill him, right? He just like knocked him out
That's true.
and locked him in there.
Yeah, so I guess
but
he
that
got
was my
grenaded
favorite
as well.
one.
Yeah.
No, I think it was the lady.
I was going to go with that one, too. She basically killed herself.
She did.
She did.
She's
Girl,
an
you too
idiot.
clumsy.
She
You
totally
deserve
did.
to die.
Yeah, I would say that one. But then, right when he's like killed everybody, and we're like, yeah, then Blaine shows up and stabs him in the tummy.
Did you really think
Freaking
Blaine was going to
Blaine.
let him have the last? He was not going to let him go out like that.
No.
I love the die slow. I always love a good die slow scene.
Well,
Die
he
slow.
had to say that because he had to have a reason for not actually killing him and shooting him in the head or stabbing him in the head because Blaine knows what he's doing. He could have really just killed him if he wanted to, but you can't kill off that character, so they had to justify him just stabbing him in the stomach. We all knew he was going to live.
Well, plus I think he knows that there's still a possibility he could die slow or maybe turn into his. But what would be worse? Blaine. Major doesn't want to be a zombie. I don't know if Blaine was thinking maybe Liv would do something like that. Because someone would come save him or.
But like, okay.
So that's like it's worse than dead. Being a
But,
zombie.
like, how cool was I loved Blaine and Liv's like interaction when she has the opportunity to kill him and he's like I think it sets it up for the next season so well. Him being like, you kill me, I'm providing brains to people in a proper way, actually,
Right.
which, yes, he's doing bad things in order to get the brains, but to everybody else, he's providing them brains without them going out and spreading this, like, disease and killing other people. And it, like, clicks with her in that sense. I think it sets it up for this opportunity for them to be on the same team and get it going, baby
I said that at the
girl.
beginning of the season, though. I said that at some point they are going to have to work together. I know.
And make out.
Right. Hey.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying in terms of season 2, but I hated that moment. Because like Liv needs to shoot Blaine. Like this has been going on for episodes where it just like needs to happen. He killed Lowell. He's now killed Major. Like in this moment we think that he might have killed Major. Like all of these things keep happening. She seems so determined, and then she gets these moments and will not act on it. And I hate it when in like every movie in the history of life, you've got that perfect kill moment and then you just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and then the person gets away and it's like, this needed to happen
but there was a lot of
at the beginning of it.
What he said, though, she could not have handled all of those zombies on her own. No. Blaine was the only one basically kind of keeping everybody in line. And he wasn't there.
But she knows that a cure has potentially been made and wouldn't in the back of her mind be thinking, look, guy, you don't know that the cure has been made and you're talking about all these zombies that might get, turned in the future, but I know there's a cure, so it's going to happen. Boom.
It's a cooler storyline.
But Robbie didn't know. He didn't know how to make another one of those cures. That's the thing. So it's like, what are the chances of them actually being able to make another to feed off the rest of these zombies and cure everybody?
Okay. Well, I'm kind of stoked for Blaine to have it because it's not going to last. They're going to turn back into zombies. This cure is not going to be forever. But like, I'm stoked to have that moment of Blaine being human, but I'm pissed that Major is now not, well, hopefully it doesn't work and he becomes a zombie, or else I'll be pissed because Major's finally a zombie.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But if the cure works for Major, then it has to work for Blaine, and it can't work for Blaine. There's no way.
So they're both going to be zombies at some point early next season.
I guess, or they're both going to be human, and then eventually one of them will be zombie again. Because unless Liv falls in love with the Blaine while he's human.
Okay, what do we think about Liv injecting Major with the leftover serum from what she injected Blaine with, right? It was the same syringe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
she should have told him a long time ago, so it was her mistake, but that was her only choice at that point.
Right.
But it was all done by her. None of that ever would have happened without her keeping the secret from everybody.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make a difference. Yeah, she's trying to right her wrong by finally giving the cure to Major, but she's already messed up. Mm-hmm. He's already said how much she messed up. Right. Her doing that is only that's not going to make it better. He's not going to, you know what I mean?
Erase your memory.
No, at all. No, it doesn't excuse any of it.
I think that was her trying to say, forgive me. I owe you this much, even though it amounted to little of nothing. But
which
I think
is still though her slightly being selfish. Because,
yes,
yeah,
totally.
Or factor.
Yes, or his moment where he said, Liv, you had no faith in me this whole time, and she's like, no, I had all the faith. I was just trying to help you. No. I've been saying this for many episodes. People need to give Major more credit than he's getting.
I know.
More benefit of the doubt. That upset me. I was totally on Team Major in that moment. I was wrong.
She was having all the moments.
I was really upset.
You've been rooting for Major.
I still flipped though at the end a little bit because it was like, hey, she was like one of the original zombies. She had a lot of hard choices to make. Right. Okay, you can't see it right now. Okay, Major, but you get with the program. I think by next season, her Major and my girl are going to come back and understand the pain she's been through. Peyton and Major are going to come around, but it's going to take a little while. Some rough edges.
It's not the end of Peyton. We're going to get her back.
Oh no.
I keep wanting to talk about this episode forever, but we can't because we're legit. We're going so over. But so let's real quick run through the ends of it, even though we'd love to talk about it forever. So heading into predictions, we have the ending with her giving the cure to Major and to Blaine. Max Rager, him coming out as it's not the end, and she's turned the story into the paper, so now it's kind of slightly public knowledge something's going on. And then we also have her brother showing up at the shop. It's getting blown up. He's in the hospital. He needs blood. O negative. The only person to do it is Liv. She can't because she's dead. Predictions. Let's go.
Please
do
don't
it.
start. Ooh, that just threw me off.
Yeah. I know. Oh, this was the craziest last 5 minutes
Don't just jump on somebody else.
of anything.
Insane.
Oh, it was just so much.
So Liv can't get blood?
No.
Okay.
She's a zombie.
No.
Why can't she have something?
No, Jared,
she can't.
But it was just how do you...
I think she can. I think she can give blood. Here's what's going to happen. I think she turns her brother into a zombie as well. Your heart is still beating. They're still sick. What is it, like just less beats per minute? They still have blood. I mean, the guy, what's his name, drank her blood on the boat. So there's still blood in her system. So she could probably still donate.
But he would be turned into a zombie.
I think she insists because she's a doctor. I think like Ravi will be in the hospital and he'll take the blood sample or something kind of tricky so no one can notice that she doesn't have a heartbeat. So I think she does save her brother the only way that she can. I think that she can give him... I think she'll sneak in. Like, she doesn't need to give a whole blood transfusion. She can just sneak in and be like, oh, I can scratch him, or what, I can save his life. And they'll be like, oh, it's miraculous. He survived. He will become a zombie. Her brother will be a zombie.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
I think in that moment, too, she was kind of thinking of, I gave the rest of that cure to Major. So it's kind of like, if I turn you a zombie, I don't know what else to give you. I think that's where she was coming from. So that's one of my predictions. I feel like she is going to turn him a zombie, but the thing is going to be reversing that and making him back human. Following up from that, I believe that this is where we're going to see Clive and Liv kind of separate, only because Clive's enemy, or who's on Clive's hit list, is Major. Major and Liv kind of have this zombie-ish thing kind of going on, so we're going to kind of see them. Well, they have a common ground now. So being that Clive is wanting to hunt down Major, we're going to kind of see Liv and Clive kind of shift apart, and it might be a Liv zombie thing against Clive. She might have to turn on her old homie.
Yeah.
Sad.
What do you think?
It's very sad.
It is.
Okay, I really like Hannah's prediction earlier about the whole Vaughn character potentially being a zombie.
Wings.
That makes so much sense to me. That Wings is like way more infiltrated into this whole scenario than we even realize. I'm with that. I feel like that's going to be something. And I do feel though that now that Major... Okay, I don't think that Major is going to be right. I think the cure will not work. I think people will still be zombies. Yeah. And I think that there still is hope for Major and Liv.
No.
I'm going with it.
No, there's hope for Liv and Blaine.
I think he hates her now.
Yeah. No, but I actually think that there were some indications throughout the episode with, Major doing this whole killing spree. Blaine at one point, when he's dying before she gives him zombieism, says that he's like this whole zombie hunter kind of thing. And I think as he turns into a zombie, I actually think that is going to be a role that he takes on, is being a zombie hunter. And I think that's going to draw a line between him and Liv, and just basically everybody.
That's kind of like a very Buffy-ish.
Exactly,
with,
it is.
What's his name?
It is.
His name.
And
Angel.
Yeah, and I feel like that's very much what this show is like, leans towards as far as like character developments. Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. It's such a great show, and I think that's what's going to end up happening.
I like that.
I like it.
That's a cool prediction.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Guys, this is it.
It's
All the memories.
You guys, we've loved this show.
I know this is so sad.
Keep tweeting at us.
Yes, keep interacting with us. We love it.
Keep the show
Guys,
alive.
Keep
Where
it
can
alive.
everybody find you?
At Aja Seldon. That's spelled AJA.
At Gilkerson Radio.
At Blake V Media.
And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at The Hotshot Dude. Thank you guys so much. Seriously,
Cheers,
guys.
everyone. Bring it in.
With our Bloody Mary. I hope you guys have a great off season and you cope well to taking a break. We'll see you a little bit later.
See you next
We love
season.
you guys.
See you next season.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Hear you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.